Hello friends, my name is Shilpa Kakkar. I am from M.B.Patel English Medium Secondary and Higher Secondary School. I am back with chapter number 8 of Standard 12 of History. The name of the chapter is National Movements between 1857 to 1919. This is the fourth part. We have earlier discussed about the economic administrative integration of India, impact of Western ideology and education over India, impact on literature and printing, research of India's glorious past, racial pride of the British, and political associations before the Indian National Congress. Let us move further in this chapter. The next topic of this chapter is Bhasha Publication Association. Students, this is very important that we should know from where it has started. So this was the first political association in Bengal and all over India. It was founded in 1836 to discuss about the ruling system with reference to the position of Indians. As you all know, Indians were not getting chance in government jobs. Not only that, they were always considered lowly qualified. So, these members got together and this association handed over this task to the Zamindar Association, which had close relationship with the British. Zamindar Association of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa got inspired from Dwarkanath Tagore. You know, he was the grandfather of Rabindranath Tagore. And he established this association in Kolkata. The principal goal of this association was to present the common man's problem before the rulers and obtain some solution to them. For this reason, the association deputed a person named Thompson, who was supposed to serve as a representative for India in the British Parliament. Again, understand it, and you should know that it was the first official and political attempt by the Zamindar Association. There was another association which was named as British Indian Association. An organization, that means this organization was founded in Britain. A report of exploitation, oppression and injustice was presented before the Parliament by this organization, which itself was a great step. A separate organization called Bengal British Indian Association was founded during that time. This association remained a private property of the upper class in the society. That means they did not do much about the Indians, about the problems of the Indians. Therefore, the common could not get any more information about its activities. The goals were same, which led these associations to merge themselves into a bigger one called as British Indian Association. The roadmap of this organization was a nationwide one. This is again a very important and the turning point. In this, Devendranath Tagore, father of Rabindranath Tagore, he established this organization and he extended the association by opening several branches in Bombay and Madras. His immense efforts helped the Indians to get place in Parliament in 1861. They established other organizations and These organizations worked for the upliftment of the common people, especially those who are the sufferers in India. The association was established by Bombay Association in Bombay, Madras Association in Madras, and at different places, different people started different types of association. The main aim of this association was to present the problem and get place and get some freedom from the clutches of British. The main leaders of the League Nations were principal editors of Amrit Bazar Patrika, Shishir Kumar Ghosh, Shambhu Chandra Mukherjee, Kali Mohan Das, and Jogesh Chandra Datta. Their purpose was to instill the sense of nationalism in Indians. The activities of all the organizations which were established in Pune, Bombay, Kolkata, Madras, at different places, different leaders were working for this. Their goal was more or less the same. Thus, some of the associations merged in Indian National Congress when it came into existence, as they had the same scope and objectives. With that, another association named as Indian Association. It was established in 1876. This Indian Association was established in Kolkata. The main leader of the association was Surendranath Banerjee and Anand Mohan Bose. This association had a majority of middle class people who had already earned a good English knowledge. And that is why this association played a leading role in politics and especially in civil services agitation. The followers conducted severe protests in different cities at Surendranath Banerjee's arrest because British did not like the initiative taken by Surendranath Banerjee. So they sent him behind the bars. This organization had opened more than 60 branches in a short time. Mahajan Conference was opened in Madras. It was handled by P. Ranga Naidu, V. Raghavchari, and Honorable P. Anand Charlu. The most important purpose of this association was to increase people's awareness about the nation. In this way, there were many associations and organizations functioning in many parts of India. The Indians were highly inspired to organize themselves when they saw people who had arrived in the Delhi Darbar, which was organized by Litain. They believed that the political leaders, social leaders, representatives, and other stakeholders should get together at least once every year. In this way, annual convention was held during December. Approximately 200 delegates used to participate. And when Indian National Congress was organized, was formed in the year 1885, with the same goals and decisions, there were few 72 delegates, but later on it added many. The goals and the decision of Indian National Congress were the same of those the organizations which were formed prior to INC. And that is why this association became very big at a national level. So with that, with this National Indian National Congress, we can say the foundation was laid during this period only, and the credit goes to Sir Alan Octavian Hume, who was a British, but he inspired Indians to get together to form an organization in 1885. He is considered as the founder member of Indian National Congress. He played key role and made people aware about their rights. Indian National Congress was formed in 1885. Sir A.O. he was a private secretary to the Home Minister in Viceroy's Council. He was the magistrate of Etawah district in 1875. The credit of setting up Indian National Congress goes to Sir Alan Octavian Hume, who founded Indian National Congress in 1885. He gave his best to the British rule, since a thought permanently lingered in his mind that the British rule was not safe as it looked, and the Indians were highly satisfied with it. The dissatisfaction of the people, he could see that people are not satisfied with the rule. He realized that if there wouldn't be any constitutional body to listen to the Indians' grievances, then there would be a terrible revolt against the British rule. Viceroy also supported and inspired Alan Sir in all the spheres. The growing Indian intellectuals were already lagging for such nationwide organization. Therefore, many nationalist leaders gave a hearty welcome to Sir Alan's thought and ultimately trusted. He had perceived an immense need for the establishment of the organization, which could put ambitions and complaints of the Indians before the rulers. Even he went to England to visit the Royal British and discuss the matter of INC with them. There, he received a very positive response, and just after his retreat to India, he founded National Congress. It was decided to hold Indian National Congress meeting at Parvati Tekri, Peshwa Bagh, Pune. It was the first meeting. It was respecting the kind efforts of Sir Alan. But at that time there was a terrible plague attack in Pune and its surrounding areas. Therefore, Bombay Presidency Association called the meeting in Mumbai under the leadership of Firoz Shah Mehta, K.T. Talam and Badruddin Tayabji. It was held on 28th December 1885. Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee, an active advocate from Kolkata, was honored to chair this meeting. And Sir Alan was assigned the lifetime responsibilities of the General Secretary. 70 representatives took part in this convention. and the meeting continued for 4 days. 9 decisions were taken in this meeting. Different problems were discussed, and it was decided that the next meeting would be carried on in Calcutta. Here, different people took the initiative and became the member. The third convention was held in actually they decided to take the third convention in the month of December in 1888. During this time, the total number of the representatives reached 607. The Congress in the beginning followed a cool attitude. All the decisions and were made, they showed the loyalty to the British Crown. The presentation was of course very polite and peaceful. The decisions were listed for the majority of the elected members are in legislative assembly, formation of responsible government in different provinces and the country, provision for Indians in government jobs according to their qualifications, keeping distance between bureaucracy and the court, possible Indianization of the force, improvement in the position of peasants and laborers, and to take steps to eradicate poverty in the country. The Congress did its best for all the mentioned things, but it could not reach up to the mark. It was decided to again meet in Allahabad for the 4th time. But at the 11th hour, ban was forced as it was in a military zone in order to keep safety and security. Though there was a prohibition in Allahabad, it was organized at a pre-decided place and time. It was a historical one. A British businessman and a generous scholasticism leader named George Yule headed this convention, and that was the successful one. Thereafter, the Congress turned its working method and resolved to adopt constitutional way ahead and presented its demands in severe words. Later on, many meetings were held, but none of the meetings got its desired result. The followers were not actually satisfied with the working of the British government. There was change in Sir Alan Hume's ideology. He informed that the government had not paid attention to the decisions taken in all the previous conventions. The convention held in 1892 was ignored. The followers were told to protest the contemporary policies. It did not happen, and at last Sir Alan Hume decided to give up his position in the Indian National Congress, because he knew that until and unless there would be an agitation against the policies, there would not be any change. He was anyhow convinced to continue his kind services, but instantly after that convention there was an occurrence of a different approach called extremism. The convention held by spending lakhs of rupees in that crucial period looked meaningless. National Congress decided to decrease its activities and reach out to liberal parliamentarians of England. But in Nagpur Convention, it was again decided to continue conventions in future. Moderate leaders of Indian National Congress remained very active. Then, no significant decision was noted in the 20th and 21st Convention. During this period, leaders' activities had not been so effective. Meanwhile, Lord Curzon planned for partition of Bengal. This developed a sense of dissatisfaction among people. It spread nationwide. King Mahendra Chandra Nandi and Surendranath Banerjee protested the policy of partition. They connected the Bang Bhang and Swadeshi movement together, which gave a great power to freedom movement. Bang Bhang matlab Bengal, Bengal's division, the partition of Bengal, which was declared in the year 1905, and that was a turning point because British wanted to divide Indians and rule them. This Bang Bhang, that is partition of Bengal, sowed the seeds of divide and rule. They became successful in doing so. People protested, but they did not listen to any of them. And that led to the divide and rule policy, a successful divide and rule policy of British. Students, we end this session over here. For better understanding, read the text and understand. Thank you.